Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. I am here at Star Cottage Studio. Thank you so much if you're tuning in. We really appreciate it. We are busy, busy, busy bees today. And we're going to be busy bees for the next few days. We have a big show coming up in Pittsburgh tomorrow. No, Friday. Thank goodness it's not tomorrow night. Friday night, we'll be in Pittsburgh at the Handmade Arcade down at the Convention Center downtown. And that is the preview night. So we're going to get set up on Friday. We're going to have preview night on Friday, so you can get tickets to that. I think there are still tickets available. You can check handmadearcade.org and see what tickets are still available. We also, then we'll be coming home Friday night after that. And we'll be heading back early Saturday morning back to Pittsburgh to continue. That's the all-day show on Saturday. In the morning, there's the early bird special. You can get early bird tickets. Now, the preview night and the early bird tickets, they cost a little bit. But the all-day Saturday, the main day Saturday, starting in the afternoon, you can come in for free. There's no entrance fee if you want to come in. That is the biggest crowd time, but it's also no cost to you. So you do, they do ask that you do sign up for tickets though. So please check and see on their website, get your tickets in advance so that they know you're coming, so they can plan what time, because they let people in waves. And you want to get in on one of those waves. So that's the best thing to do. We are super excited about it. I've been working on all different kinds of things. Andrew's been working on all kinds of things. I've been working on all kinds of things. These and these come together to make our wooden pendants that we make. I don't know if I didn't bring it over here. So these are, I have a whole bag of blanks of these. Maybe I'll do a little live with them later of how they get made. If you want to tune in for that. I'm going to be here at the cottage a good portion of tonight. It is supposed to be a crazy snowstorm tonight, so it was supposed to start at 7. So far we've gotten wind, but we've gotten no snow at all. So I don't know what's happening, what's going on. Hey Susie, glad to see you here. Yeah, I don't know if I've had issues with StreamYard, so I'm glad to see someone has joined in because it is not telling me anyone's here. And I don't know, I couldn't get it. It wasn't working on Facebook. It put it up on Facebook like 3 times, but it never said it put it up on Facebook. So I'm hoping Susie's on Facebook, so I guess it came up over there. I didn't get a chance to share it. We've been running around. We went to Johnstown today because our friend Norma, many of you know Norma. Norma has come up to visit. So our friend Norma came up to the store with her friend, and we hung out a little bit and just chilled for a little bit and looked at some beads and talked and caught up, and it was so nice. We're so happy when we can do things like that, and we're so happy that she thought about us and came up to spend some time with us. She's here to visit other friends, but you know, for her to make time for us, that's super sweet. And so we were happy, and it was so nice to do that. So we did that today. I've been to the printers today. We have a few things being printed for the show on Friday and Saturday, so that's super exciting. I'm getting the setup ready up here. We're kind of trying to do a dry run of the setup. I have enamel pendants that I'm going to be polishing tonight. So I'm going to be making some buttons tonight, like I was showing you our pin buttons yesterday. I'm going to be making the buttons tonight. Some more of those. I got some new designs that we're going to start working on, and I'm going to make some more wooden pins for that, and I'm going to be polishing up the edges of some pendants and maybe putting them on some chain. I have to see if I have chain around here somewhere, and making some necklaces out of those for us to have at the show. So lots going on, lots happening. I'm gathering some of Andrew's artwork together around here, so we have some of his artwork up at the show. A lot of the pins and things are based off of the artwork, so I think it's really cool if we can have the artwork there with the pins to show people that. So we're working on that. And yeah, that's what's going on. How's everyone out there doing? If you're out there, please say hi. I don't know how many people are out there. Like I said, it seems like StreamYard is not working great today. So I don't know what's happening out there. But yeah, if you're out there, say hi. Let me know how you're doing. I'm going to take a drink. I'm very thirsty today. Okay. So today we're going to have some gemstones for you. Vicky is here. Hello, Vicky. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to have some gemstones for you today. My stand is a little wobbly. I came in and I moved my stand and set it up, and one of the legs broke. My poor little stand. So hopefully it holds up here. It's very, I have it leaning against the table. I'm like, of course that's going to happen today. Why wouldn't it happen today, right? So it's leaning up against the table. I think it's going to be fine. I think we're going to get through this show. If not, maybe I'll have to switch to our other one and figure that out. But we're going to hope that the stand's going to support itself. Suzanne, hello, Suzanne. Thank you for joining us. It's Vicky says, I'm doing my nebulizer treatment while I watch. Nice. Do those treatments, get things done. I'm going to be doing a number of things tonight. During this live, we're going to stick to I have some gemstones that I pulled. I'm going to show those and some other things. We have some glass, some gemstones, some odds and ends. So I'm going to show those. We're going to do 30 to 40 lots of those or so. And then I'm going to say goodnight after that and then work on some things here. But I might do some lives or some extra things. I don't know, while I'm doing things up here, because Andrew's at home. He's working on some things, possibly going to get some rest. He hasn't rested in a while. So I figured I'm going to be up here for a little bit by myself. So maybe I will go on live and keep myself company with other people, maybe, if you're all around. I don't know how late it's going to get here. I also kind of wanted to be up here at the cottage because of this storm coming through. I wanted to make sure that kind of things were okay up here for a little bit while it's supposed to be the height of this storm. So it's supposed to get very windy, and we're supposed to get up to 6 inches of snow. So I wanted to kind of be here, and because otherwise my anxiety sometimes gets the best of me. Y'all know that. And so it's kind of good to be here. I filled up the pellet stove earlier today when we passed by and grabbed a few things. And I had originally taken everything home and I was going to work on things at home. But there's some things that I wanted to get done up here. And I need to look for some things. I need to sort some things out. So that's what I'm doing tonight up here at the cottage. So hopefully you all, how was your day? How's everyone's day? Andrew made us some pancakes this morning, and they were good. And so we had that. We always talk about food on the live. So we had pancakes earlier today, and I don't think I've eaten since then. We stopped at the grocery store, picked up some groceries, but yeah, I'm kind of the pancakes came in the morning. And I'm not used to eating that early, and I've kind of been full all day, which has kind of been good. Maybe I should eat more often throughout the day. Hello, Anne. Thank you for joining us here today. Yeah, so like I said, you've got me today. Andrew is not going to be here. He may pop in the comments, maybe, but I think he's working on some paintings. He's been working hard on some paintings, and so he's trying to get some money to do some things, some of his various adventures that he's going on. So he's trying to do some extra things to raise some extra money in addition to everything else. So while he's doing that, I'm going to work on getting the show ready for Pittsburgh. So we're kind of splitting our time and kind of splitting things up and doing what we all can to make things happen, right? Yeah, so anybody out there doing any other shows? Anybody else have a show going on or anything happening coming up? For us, that's kind of where our focus has been, It's been on this weekend coming for the last, week or two. And there's still a lot to do. It's like, I feel like, whenever we pack things up for a show, last year we kind of got everything packed up and it was kind of in one case and it was so nice and everything fit. It was just kind of amazing that everything that we had fit in one little thing. And so I'm going to try and do that again this year so that we don't have to take, everything. So we're going to see how that goes. And I have to pick things up at the printers tomorrow. I'm going to be back at the printers tomorrow to pick some things up. I may have to run to the Johnstown store tomorrow to pick things up. Today was kind of a rush. We were rushing to get back home. We also stopped off at Bottle Works to see Andrew's work. So Andrew is in an exhibition, a group exhibition up there, and we haven't had a chance to stop in yet. So we took the time today to do that after we met with Norma. I have a bug flying. It's trying to fly in my mouth. So we did that, and we were kind of rushing to get back home. So there are some things that I want to pick up there if I need to. I'm going to see what the table display looks like and what I can gather up here, and we'll see what all we need. Hello, Angela. Thank you for joining us. It's nice to see you here today. Like I said, I don't know if this is, I guess some people are seeing it, finding us on Facebook. Facebook was telling me that it wasn't, or StreamYard was telling me that it wasn't linking to Facebook. So I had to keep trying to relink, and it made like 3 different events. So I don't know if all of those events are streaming. I don't know if any of them are working or if it popped up with a new one when I hit go here. So sorry if it's been confusing today on Facebook. It was confusing to me. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, so I'm glad you're all here. I hope you're having a great evening. It's Wednesday. Normally I'm at my pottery class, but I canceled my pottery class so that I could get some work done for this weekend. There's too much to do really, and yeah, I just couldn't take the time off. I couldn't take the time off today. I feel like I couldn't. Suzanne says I didn't get notifications. See, I don't know why. Andrew says, there's Andrew, says Mercury. Yeah, Mercury's happening. It's in full force, I feel like sometimes. StreamYard's been weird lately. Viewership has been weird lately. We've been getting lower views than normal, and I think that's a whole communication thing. That's just something going on in the atmosphere out there. But we're still coming to you live 5 days a week, not 7 days a week. We used to be open 7 days a week. I'm used to saying that. Coming to you live 5 days a week. Hello, Nancy. Said Nancy didn't get notifications either. See, I'm just glad you all know that we go live, because apparently it's not telling anyone, and no wonder we're not getting as many people watching, because nobody knows. Nobody knows. What I need to do is start up the lives, I think, and then do the everyone tag and the followers tag and all that stuff once the live is going. Because I sometimes do that before the live, but I think people see that and then maybe they forget, or they think that Facebook is going to notify them. So they're like, okay, I'll watch that when I'm notified, and then they don't get notifications. Sorry, everybody. Andrew says, we got lots of views last night on vertical. Yeah, we did. I almost went vertical today, and I didn't know about doing a whole live vertically, what that would kind of look like. But we got more. So we streamed last night for what, 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours on YouTube last night, right? And then we did a quick, maybe 25, 30-minute live vertically right afterwards. And in those 3 hours, we got less views on YouTube than we got in that 30 minutes of that vertical view. So, and people were saying they were getting Facebook notifications about the vertical view, but they weren't getting them on the horizontal view. So I don't know. Um, I'm starting to wonder, maybe we should start. Andrew says we should do multiple cameras like they do in China with 100 phones going, right? That's what I'm starting to wonder. Maybe we'll do multiple cameras. Um, or maybe we'll just switch to vertical. I was going to do vertical today, but then I know some of you didn't quite like the vertical. It wasn't coming up right for you. I don't know if you all figured that out or not. Andrew was trying to show you how you can do that and look at it better. But it seems like vertical is where they're trying to push things a lot. And I think maybe to be seen, we're going to have to start going vertical. Ann says, I thought maybe we'd see you vertical tonight. I don't quite understand why vertical gets more views, but I'm not the target audience. I just know when you are on. Yeah, it's not even about the target audience. Like, you all are our target audience. But it doesn't seem like people are getting the notifications on places as much unless we go vertical. Ann says, it's for the phone and not the computer. I watch on the computer, but I'd watch you vertical. Thanks. Let's see here. Andrew says, I kind of like the vertical for showing you. Horizontal is better for product shots. Yeah, it's like, it would be really weird to show the products, I think, in a vertical. Like, I feel like you wouldn't be able to see them as well. And that's why I didn't do it tonight, but maybe I should. I don't know. I have got 9 people watching here, and thank you for all of you 9 that are watching. But normally by this time, we have like up to 20 people watching. So it's so strange. Cheryl says, I got notifications, but life is just busy. We've got the bad winds and snow squalls right now. Have a good evening. Yeah, we're getting the winds happening. We haven't gotten any snow at all yet. And we're supposed to. It was supposed to start around 7, and I guess the winds did start around 7. As I was leaving the house, our little possum friend, or opossum friend, was on our back porch again. He had crawled up to the top of the porch where the grapevine loops around, and he was walking along there, or hiding. He or she, I don't know, was walking along there. They were walking along there, and I think they were trying to get out of the weather. So I let them know they're safe there. They can stay there. They're more than welcome to hang out on the porch. And stay out of the weather as much as they can. So I don't know if they were or not. Andrew says, hang in there, possum, right? Is super cute, super dang cute. And I think it's getting used to us because it didn't really try and run and hide. It just kind of looked at me and blinked. I blinked back. I gave it the kitty kisses blinks. I don't know if that works on possums or not, but it didn't feel the need to run and hide or anything. So I know they usually just kind of get real still, and it kind of did, but it was kind of looking at me and blinking. So that's swinging in the grapevines, Andrew says. The pictures you and Andrew posted of the possum are so cute. Yeah, I was going to take a picture tonight, but I was loaded up with all my hands full, so I couldn't get a picture of it. Nancy says, we need you to get to the hundreds. I would love to have hundreds of viewers. That would be wonderful. I would like to, break through a little bit. We've been doing this for 14 years, 14 years almost, 13 years, 14 years. We've got 8,600 some people following us on Facebook, and yet 10 people on average lately are watching our lives. We've got 2,500 or something people on YouTube, maybe more now, maybe a little bit less, I can't remember. But that's crazy. That's crazy when you think that it's not even 1% of our viewers are watching us during the lives. So I don't know. Sometimes I think it's us. Is it us? People just don't want to watch us? Is there something about us? I don't know. But it's so strange to me. And I don't know what it is. So we might try going vertical at some point. I'm definitely going to probably do some vertical things tonight. I might show y'all. I don't know if I'm going to film it and then post it, or if I'm going to just do it live, and see about like showing you how we do the kind of a promo. I want to kind of do a promo for Handmade Arcade. So how we make these, how we make our button pins. I might just film it and then post it as shorts. So we'll see. Andrew says, maybe we should do some paid ads to help get shown more. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that, I mean, some people swear by the ads. Like there was this one metal worker we follow, and on the stories there was a question about what's the worst advice you've ever gotten, and he literally wrote, "Don't pay for ads," because I guess he pays for ads, and it took off for him. So I don't know. Maybe that's something. Maybe we should start investing more of our money into ads. Um, I hate to do that because then that means something has to go up, right? Prices have to go up, or um, something has to change if you start pushing more money toward ads. But maybe it would bring in more people. I don't know. We try to go by word of mouth, but maybe that's not the way anymore. Maybe the best way is to play their game and pay for some ads. I don't know. Um, and then you got to come up with the ads, right? And something that's going to be catchy and something people are going to like. Um, and I have heard like some people boost their posts, but some people have said that boosting their posts doesn't work as well as doing actual ads. Where I've heard also the other thing where people who've done ads, they're like, I just boost some posts every once in a while and that works for me. So it's like, but everyone's different, right? Everyone, their expectations are different. The number of people they have following them are different, and what they're expecting to have as followers is different. So it's really hard. It's really hard to know what to do. We've tried to rely, like I said, on word of mouth, of asking you all to hit that share button and, let your friends know, tag your friends, let them know that they should come and watch and hang out with us. But, maybe, who knows? Who knows? Nancy says, I'd love to have a candid convo about another vendor that continues to rack up viewers and sells poopy at high prices. Some people, that's their thing, and people know that their things aren't, great, but they have, if you have that personality, I guess, and you have, sometimes it's all about the brand name too. Because I mean, we all know a lot of brand name stuff is no better than no brand stuff, no name stuff, right? Or store brand stuff. A lot of the store brand people buy off of the brand name people. It's just like store brand food versus brand name food. A lot of them are made in the same factories with the same stuff. They just get a different label and different pricing. And so, sometimes that's what it's about. But, we don't like to say bad things about anybody. Everybody's got their own thing, but we try to emphasize that we absolutely try to give you the best quality for the best price we can. And sometimes that means we are, they talk about paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes we are paycheck to paycheck, day to day. And that's just the way it is. And sometimes we're flush and sometimes we're not. And things are very up and down, and we don't have huge buffers in the banking accounts for a lot of things. So, and maybe changing policies, changing the way we do things, maybe we might need to at some point in the future. But at this point, we still, I mean, no matter what, we will always try and give you the best quality for the best prices we can. It's just whether those prices can continue to stay where they are. The world is changing. The world is changing. If we're trying to stock up now as much as we possibly can on things, because things are going to change, I think, and we don't know what the future is going to hold. So prices right now, we're trying to keep them where we can keep them, and we will always, no matter what, trying to give you the best deal on the best quality that we possibly can. Andrew says, apparently we just got a poor delivery person going rounds at 8 p.m. in the wind and cold. You know what? I have seen the mail truck. I don't know if that was USPS, but bless them, I've seen the mail people around very late at night recently. The mail truck has been going around the neighborhood, not only during the day, during the normal time, but very late at night. Yesterday, I think it was it yesterday? I was pulling out to go somewhere. I don't know if I was going up to the cottage. I can't remember one day to the next right now what we've been doing. But it was dark. It was dark, and the mail truck was parked right on our alleyway. So I don't know, but I think they're trying to get those extra packages and extra mail deliveries out to people. They're doing their best, really, I think, to keep things going through the holidays. Hello, Anna. Thank you for joining us. Andrew said we saw Norma today. Yeah, I talked about that, but probably nobody was here when I talked about that. We saw our friend Norma today. So we went up to the store in Johnstown and hung out with Norma for a little bit. And her friend, they came up and we had a good time. We spent a few hours together and just kind of chatted, and they browsed some beads and they looked at some of our new button pins and grabbed a few of those. So yeah, it's one of those. It's great to be able to hang out with people. And she kind of felt bad, I think, because she knows we're busy getting ready for this show, and we're like, no, anytime that we can possibly get together with our AG Bead fam in person, because we don't get to very often. Let's be honest. After we moved to Johnstown, we kind of are rebuilding the in-person sales and the in-person classes. So anytime we can get together with our AG Bead fam and actually hang out is a good time. So we were happy to do that, and we were able to make some time to do that. She let us know far enough in advance that we were able to make that happen. Let's see here. Suzanne says, this particular person outright lies about products. That's no good. We built, if we don't have our word on things, I feel like we have nothing, right? If you can't trust that when we say this is a good quality stone, or this is good quality, this is vintage stuff, this is good quality vintage, if you can't trust that, that's super important to us, that you can trust us at what we say. Now I know some people, and it's in every industry, it's everywhere. We sold British car parts. It was in the British car parts industry. I've sold clothing. It's definitely in the clothing industry. But some people, they have grown to a point that they're going to make a sale. They can make sales, and they can get away with certain things. And I don't like to put a lot of energy into all that. And we rarely comment on stuff like that because it's just not something, it's not where we are. And I think we kind of follow the what goes around comes around, and we try to be honest, and we hope that people know and people see that we are honest in what we do, and we hope that comes around as we say. But people will only take not getting what they thought they were getting a few times, a certain number of times before they start to look elsewhere. And we know that, and that's why people are often much harder or harsher towards small businesses when they make mistakes than big companies. If you've ever done a show, or you've ever had somebody, talk to you about your own jewelry, you might understand that. A lot of times, if one thing goes wrong in a small business, they're ready to write a review and cancel them forever. But, if they go into a big box store and the same thing happens, they're going to get upset, and they might write a review. They might just, end up, by the time they get back home, they're just like, oh, it's not worth it. And then they go back. And so we try, because we know we have slimmer chances of fixing that sometimes if something does go wrong. And so we try to operate on, that honesty is the best policy. And we try to make sure that you all know that what we're doing is the best that we can do. And we're going to do the best for you that we possibly can in whatever that circumstance is. Every circumstance is different. Sometimes there are only certain things we can do. There are only certain things that make sense to do. But we are going to do what we can do to make sure that, this works out the best for everyone. And we were talking about this today. Sometimes the best for everyone is a letter that says, I don't think that we jive together. We're not a good fit for each other. And it's just like, it's like relationships. Sometimes a customer and a business are not a good fit for each other. And sometimes that is seen very early. And sometimes it takes a while, but we would rather everyone just breathe and take it easy and have a good time together. So we say this all the time in the lives, that we may not be for everyone, right? This chatting for 30 to 40 to 60 minutes at the beginning of every live, not for everyone, I'm sure. And that's why we say tune in about 45 minutes late if you want to just see the stuff, right? Or watch the replay. And maybe that's part of the thing. Maybe that's why we don't get as many views. Maybe we do chat too much before we get into it. I don't know. But, we want to be around the people that work with us and that jive with us and that feel good with us. And, something Norma said today, she was talking about how she met people online through all of this that she's never met in person, and she had no idea what good friends they'd turn out to be. And that is something that is honestly, like, it makes me want to choke up a little bit, because that is what we strive to do. Sometimes we call ourselves small but mighty, because I think we honestly have one of the best groups out there. There are a lot of bigger groups. There are a lot of, people who get tons more views, but we try not to sacrifice the quality. We try not to sacrifice the camaraderie. We try not to sacrifice people's feelings to make this all work. And that having her say that today kind of made my day completely. The fact that, she found a group of people that she never thought she would find, and they are so encouraging and so loving and so helpful, and that means a lot. That's who we want to be surrounded by. Andrew says, I think we might start up the Polymer Clay Club again. I think that would be a good idea. I know a lot of people in Johnstown have been interested in doing the polymer clay stuff. But let's see what... Nancy says, my convo would never be on the live, more of a brainstorming session to drum up more viewer sales. All right. Andrew says, I checked the mail just a few minutes ago. Should have waited a few minutes. Did we get more? Let's see. Anna says, ethics is paramount for me, right? Us too. Andrew says, I don't really care about the number of viewers. I'd rather have a small dedicated core group than 1,000 fake folks. I would like things to be a little bit more steady. That way we can do things like get regular help for both of us. Yeah, when we say we want more viewers, we don't want the fake people. But with more viewers, ultimately, possibly, likely will come more sales. And if we have more sales, it frees us up by being able to bring more people in to help. I know a lot of the people who have a lot of viewers, they have help. They have sometimes lots of help. They have teams of help sometimes. So it would, in that circumstance, we don't want viewers just to have numbers go up, and we don't want people who are watching who don't care what we do. All that stuff doesn't work for the analytics anyway, usually. But the chances are we'd have more sales, and we could do so much more if we had more sales. It's like, we've reached a place where we kind of plateau a little bit, and if we can break on through to the other side, we can do more, and we can grow, and we can feel more comfortable, and we can be more relaxed and fun in the things that we do, and we can do more tutorials rather than trying to sell things all the time. So, that's what it's about. And I know sometimes people don't want to share their sources, so they don't want to share us. But the more we get shares, the more we can bring in, and the more that we can put out into the world. And even the better prices we can probably get on it when we do. So that's one of those things. We don't want numbers just for numbers' sake. But with numbers often come more sales. And it would be nice to to get more sales coming in so that we could get help with all the things that we want to do instead of us running around chickens with our heads cut off to try and keep everything going. So that's that. Andrew says, I can usually smell it when it's not a good fit, right? Right. Hello, Dominion. Thank you for joining us. Anne says, I want to buy from people who make me feel good and not regret it later when I find out something unpleasant, i.e. hate beads. Yeah. And I'm sure people say things about us. I know they do, as a matter of fact. So I just hope that when people hear things, if they hear things about us, they come to us, let us know, talk to us. It's important. People have in the past, and we've been able to, kind of suss these things out. And, I think sometimes we are a thorn in the sides of some people. People who don't always tell the truth about their things, when they come up against these little businesses that are like us, that really want to put out the best quality, we want to be honest with people. We are who we are. If you meet us in person, we're not much different. We might not have as much energy, maybe, because we're a little bit anxious in person, socially anxious. So it may take a while for us to get the vibe going like we usually do here in the lives. But, we are who we are. And I know that there are things that people have said about us. We've heard it. We know about it. And, I think, there are people out there who would rather not have to deal with us sometimes and not have us around. But we tell the truth, and we try and get the best quality for y'all we can. And we believe on, keeping standards. We are not afraid. We have cut out suppliers when we hear they are not, good to people or groups of people. We are not afraid to change course and cut people out if we need to. And so sometimes that rubs people the wrong way sometimes. And so I know that happens. And sometimes I wonder through the years how much that has affected us. But, I hope that when you get to know us and you know who we are, then the things you hear about us, hopefully you will know, to take that with a grain of salt. Dale says, good evening. Been a bit under the weather, but returning to work tomorrow. Here to watch for a short while. Thank you, Dale. Sorry you're under the weather. I thought you said the weather. I thought we were going. The weather was bad. We are having crazy winds here, but Andrew and I are kind of trying to stick to ourselves a little bit. We went up and saw Norma today, but we're kind of trying to stick to ourselves a little bit, so because we can't risk getting sick before this weekend. So we're like knocking on wood and all that stuff to like ward away. I'm taking vitamin D a lot to try and keep those viruses away. And we're trying to stick mostly around home in the cottage here, not going out into the world too much. Andrew said, Norma said she got all the stuff for polymer but hasn't got to do much with it. So the polymer club might be good to get folks making again. I think that would be fun. Let's see here. Jim Morrison Allegory Gallery, right? Right gone through. Let's see here. Oh. Suzanne says, you have never lied to me about a product or an order, and that is priceless. Yeah, we try, we try hard. And sometimes it's not hard being honest, right? Or it's not easy being honest, because sometimes we mess up. And it would be easier to blame someone else or blame something else or make up a story about things. But, we think in the end, you would rather know actually what's happening or what has happened. And, we try our best to do that. We do. And says, we're having crazy winds here too. I missed my bus and had to walk home. I was frozen. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. Yeah, the wind chimes are going crazy. I can hear the wind, but so far I don't think there's any snow out there yet. which is a little bit crazy. Um, Suzanne says, I may not last the whole show, getting over some allergy, had a bad night last night. Sorry to hear that. I've not been sleeping great in the night. For some reason, my whole chest, my back and around my chest area has been tensing up in the middle of the night. Like when I go to bed, flexible, seem fine. But by the time I wake up in the morning, and usually that's when I get up to go to the bathroom, anytime between 5 and 7, it's like clockwork. Depending on when I go to bed, I'm getting these like convulsions. My muscles are tensing so much that they're like taking my breath away like that. So I've not been sleeping great either. Although I have been getting some sleep, and that's more than Andrew's been getting. He's been up quite a lot of nights here recently, working on some things. So we get it if you can't say. I'm going to get to the show real soon because I got a lot of stuff to do, and we're just chit-chatting about things that you mostly already know, right? You who follow us already know. Dominia says, as much fruit and veg as possible might help too, like vitamin C, so important. I found out recently. Yes, vitamin C is incredibly important. Vitamin D is a natural antivirus or antiviral. So vitamin D will help you fight viruses if you load up on that. And that's why it's good to have vitamin D if you go out into the sun. If you don't get enough sun, take the supplements. This is not a medical channel. Do not follow us for medical advice, but this is what I do. And try and take the supplements. I take things from my heart. I take things from my allergies. I take things from my immune system. Take things from my gut. I take lots of supplements, and it does help. It does help. I feel better when I consistently take them. When I fall off of them and we get too busy, I can feel it. And right now my allergies are a little bit crazy. I'm very nasally, and I can tell. Let's see. Andrew says, I was at a show once, and you know how they have cloth dividers between booths? Well, they were talking smack about me, and I could hear every word. They came around all smiles and acting best friends, but now I know. It happens. It happens. And people, when they think you're not listening, they think anything can be said sometimes. We try not to be like that. Unless you've wronged us in some way or you've wronged our friends in some way, we generally don't have a problem with anyone. Do the things you want to do, have your business how you want it. But you start mistreating people, we can't do that. And it says, I'm sorry that people are spreading unkind things about you all. It's always better to go high, but I firmly believe that what comes around goes around. Yeah, I don't know that people are right now at this moment. I'm not saying that there are people out there doing it at this very moment, but we know it's been done. And we are a little company, and we've grown over the 13 years, but we are a little company, and we're, I think, just, sometimes that little thorn in the side of some of these bigger companies that if we were just out of the way, our people would have to go somewhere else. And they know, obviously they know, because we talk about it all the time, how dedicated the AG Bead fam is. And there are a number of places out there that I know would love to have y'all as customers, but they don't all do what we do, right? They're not all as honest. They're not all giving you the quality for the price. And so, that's like Anna said, what goes around comes around. I do believe that. And, we've been going around for a long time, and we've been very lucky in what we've done. And I don't want to sound like we're not, thankful and grateful for all of that. We are. But we would love to grow. We would love to grow without the growth pains, the growing pains. It would be nice to be like, yes, our bank is flush. The bank account is full. Let's do something big. Right? Instead of saying, let's do something big and figure out how we're going to make that work. I would love to work in the other way. I would like to be like, we've got it. Let's go big now. Instead of being like, let's push ourselves big and push it to the limit and see what we can make happen. I would like to, for a little while, at least, I would like to do it the other way. We have grown and had a lot of growing pains through the years, but we have grown and we have still done that. And we have done it in, I think, the most honest way we can. And that's very important to us both. Anna says, we had snow this morning, now winds gusting to 50 miles an hour. Drive home was blustery. Anna says, it sounds like a stress reaction, William. Possibly, but I don't know. I'm not crazy. Like, we have a lot going on, and I don't feel like, usually I can feel if I'm crazy stressed out. I think it's possibly from how I'm sleeping. That might be. I don't know. I think we need a new mattress. That's something I think is coming up soon, and that might be part of the problem. But we'll see. We'll see. Hello, Susan. Thank you for joining us. Let's see here. Karen is here. Hello, Karen. Thanks for joining us today. Sorry, I'm catching up on the comments. I don't know when you all said hi. I'm just picking up on some of the comments here now. Susan says, William, I received the AG package today and was quite delighted. Oh, good. Yeah, I've been trying to get a lot of stuff out there. Been trying to get a lot of stuff out for y'all. Karen says, I make sure to have K2 with vitamin D. Yeah, one helps absorb the other, right? I have to watch things with my heart, and I don't know if K is one of the ones that with my blood thinners I'm not supposed to take. I have to look into that again. But yeah, there's weird stuff with blood thinners, and it makes me crazy because I used to be able to take all my vitamins and all my supplements and not have to worry. And now some of them are extra blood thinning, and I can't take them. And so I've had to readjust to a lot of things. Susan says, I hate that BS. Andrew, the only good thing about hearing that smack is you know where you stand with them, right? Andrew says, I saw a meme and it resonated. It basically said to surround yourself with people who will fight for you in rooms you're not present in. Yes, that's who we want around us. The people who will fight for us when we're not there, right? What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for than to have people surrounding you who will fight for you when you can't fight for yourself? Or who will stick up for you even when you can't fight for yourself, right? That's what you want. Susan says, I feel a bit nasally and icky, so maybe a short night for me. Yeah, the holidays are rough on people. As much as I love the holidays, and I do, the holidays are a rough time of year. I love them so much. I love Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. But it is a rough time of year. It is, we get a burst of sales sometimes kind of before the holidays really get into starting. And then once things start happening, the sales just sometimes crash. And it's a very hard time of year for us. Through the holidays, through January, through February, can be very difficult. And that's why we try and do things like keep these lives going and come up with new projects and new things that we do and new fun things and group things. And we try and do a lot to keep it going because we need to. And so I know it's hard for everyone out there. I know sometimes people just don't jive with holidays. Andrew's more like that. He has a hard time with holidays and getting together and doing things. And my aunt is kind of the same way. And she has a really hard time during the holidays, and people lose people during the holidays, and then it makes every holiday more difficult. And and not only that, but in a lot of places where we are, it's cold, and people are getting sick, or people are getting colds, and people don't sleep as well. The time change goes crazy and makes people crazy for a while. And now we have Mercury in retrograde, right? So it is a little bit crazy, and so we know. Yeah, so sorry you're not feeling well, Susan. Totally get it. Like I said, we're going to get started here with the live soon, the actual show, so we can get through stuff. I have stuff ready, but I don't have everything written out because we kind of have been rushing around today. So I'm going to go ahead and write up prices as we go along. I'm going to make them up for you, and we're going to give you good prices today on some gemstones and other things, and we'll see what happens. Karen says, finding the perfect pillows plagued me for years. It's not easy. It is not easy. Um, I now sleep with a body pillow because if my sciatica, it's like these things that you never thought you would ever have to say, right? When you're young, you never think you're going to talk about sciatica. You never think you're going to worry about your neck hurting because you bought the wrong pillow, the wrong 5 pillows that you've tried. You never think like, oh, maybe my mattress isn't, maybe I need to flip my mattress. You don't think about that stuff when you're young. You never think you're going to have to say that. But my sciatica acts up, and so I need a whole body pillow to make sure I can support my knees. Uh, so yeah, I sleep with a lot of pillows. One under my head, one kind of at my, I sleep on my side. So one at my chest, because they say you're supposed to have a pillow under your arm. Like I lay on this side, one under my head, a pillow to support this arm, then a body pillow to go between my legs and knees, because they say that's the best position. And then you're supposed to also sleep on your left side, which I have a hard time doing because I want to sleep on my right most of the time. But your left side apparently helps, drain the lymph system, and there's a lot of things, helps the liver or something cleanse out the gallbladder. Sleeping on your left side is supposed to be the best side from what I've read. There's all these things that happen if you sleep on your left side, but it's hard for me. I usually end up in pain when I sleep on my left side. Andrew said, it hurt at first, but now I know, and I govern my actions accordingly, right? That's it. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for joining in. Sue says, I wanted to take hair vitamins, but my doc doesn't think it's a great idea because my B12 level is too high. B12 being high, usually my doc is telling me to take more B vitamins. So that's unusual, but yeah, hair vitamins definitely will have the B12 in them, for sure. But B vitamins, that B12 gives you that energy, and I probably should take more of it. But I don't eat a lot, and you have to take B vitamins with food most of the time because they will burn your stomach. At least they do mine. And so the only time I generally could take a B vitamin is at night when we eat, and then I'd be up all night. So I need to start eating in the day and then remembering to take the B vitamins when I do that. Let's see. Karen says, hi, Michelle. Hope you're feeling better. Yes, Michelle. Hopefully you're doing better. Whoop, my stand just started moving on its own. Cara says, I hope to visit you guys in person someday. Bucket list trip to the East Coast. That'd be amazing. I would love that. I want everyone to visit us. We make so many friends online, and it means so much to us that you're out there. And, being able to give Norma a hug today was just so nice because, we all say sending hugs and sending love out there, and, it's just not the same though. And so it's nice to see people, and it's nice to put faces, to names and screen names, and we get together and do our creative make-alongs on Zoom, and sometimes we see your faces and meet you that way, and that's great. We love those, and we're going to do more of those in the coming year. But in person, it's just amazing when people can visit in person. And thank you for joining us, Cara. Thank you for joining us, Cara. I always mess that up. Let's see here. Oh, my comments jumped. Sorry. Okay. Oh, Karen does the same thing with elevated B vitamins. Huh. You have to take methylated B12. My levels were high because my body couldn't process regular B vitamins. Yeah, that's all that new stuff too coming out that you never thought that, there's all these methylated. That's a word I've been hearing lately too. It's like all these different versions of the things. Like before you used to have magnesium. You just bought the magnesium pill. Now there are like 5 or 6 different kinds of magnesium you can buy. And one of them is better. One of them is more closely to what your body makes, but one of them is more, one's cheaper, right? But you may as well take 80 of those pills to equal the few that you take of the other one. There's so many different things, and you got to keep up. My mom loves that kind of research. Thankfully, she does. And I kind of like that too. So I'm getting that way. But my mom has been researching these things for years. Michelle's getting better. Energy is coming back. That's good. That's good. Susan's Mercury kind of sucks, at least for me. Mercury's hard right now. And says, my sister and I joke about talking about all our ailments. I know. Who would have thought? Like you still, like even now. So I'm 44 and going on 45 soon. Just got about 2 months to go. And I still see people, you know, and I see them talking about certain things, and I'm like, that's not going to happen to me. It's like, when am I going to learn my lesson? Right? I don't know if you all do that. You see people talking about things, and you're like, oh no, I'm fine. I'm aging differently than everyone else, right? I'm doing this differently. I am different. It's not going to happen to me. So I still have a little bit of that. And, you know, we can all hope that we all age differently, but, you know. Suzanne says, my cats sleep on my side of the bed and don't like it when I move. That happens to me. My cats sleep on top of me. They sleep beside me. They pin me down in multiple ways. And I really should just move and let them resort themselves. But that's what Andrew says. That's what Andrew does. He just picks up the covers, say, you got to move. I'm moving. But I'm like, I try and turn around as quickly and as precisely as I can to not have to have them move. And I'm like, why am I doing this? But I think a lot of us do that. Let's see here. Michelle says, my B12 is always low, so I have to keep getting a shot. That's another thing. Sometimes you have to do that too. Let's see here. Michelle says, I was a mess before I was 21. I can't even imagine. Like, I've been very lucky. I've been very fortunate, knock on wood. Most of my health has been pretty good. I've had my things. I went through, you know, vitiligo. I had horrible allergies when I was younger. And I've had, you know, I had a hernia when I was like 3. I had a broken leg when I was like 5. I've had a number of different kidney stones. So I've had some of those major things like that. But health-wise, generally, like immune system-wise, I've been pretty good. And I think that's due to, one, my mom always tried to make the best food she could for us. She always had vitamins for us and was always researching that. And we grew up in the country and we ran around and exercised like crazy. So I think all that really helped build a good immune system. And we were playing in the dirt. Like, we were outside in the mud, in the dirt. And they say that's good for you, right? Get in with those microbes and microbiomes and all that good stuff. So I think that was useful. But now, as you get older, you can't go out and play as much as you used to be able to, right? You got things to do, and we sit more, and we don't exercise as much, and I think that's a big part of it. Andrew says, my friend Dawn got to see my future mentor in Italy. Yes, she did, huh? That's exciting. That's kind of really cool because you'll have something to talk about. I mean, I know you're going to get to know your mentor anyway before we go see her, but that's just cool that you're going to have that connection. I want to be like Dawn. I want to travel to Italy just because and take things, and I want that. So help us get our viewership up. So maybe we'll get that, and then we'll do lives from Italy, and we'll have an AG Beat fam reunion in Italy. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing, everybody. So let's make this happen. Let's get those viewers up. Let's get some more people buying and sales coming in, and then we'll do all these big worldwide AG plans that we have. You know, Johnstown and Ligonier are wonderful, but let's have some fun in Italy or Portugal or Spain or France or, you know, the Czech Republic. Let's head on over there. And it says manifest it. Yes, let's all manifest that. Let's do it. because, like I said, Johnstown and Ligonier, wonderful places. We've had a wonderful life so far, but I would like to reach out. I'd like to branch out. Let's do some more. Let's have some road trips. Let's have some plane trips. Let's get the AG Bead fam together all over the world. That would be pretty amazing, I think. All right. Let's take a look at some lots today. I don't have any of my other devices here, so I can't check to see if these are selling. So we're going to go through them pretty quick because I know people have been on a budget right now. I know it. We know it. I don't like it, but we know it. I'm allowed to not like it, but we know what it's like. We're on a budget too. Trying not to be on too much of a budget. We got things to do. We got places to be. We got people to see. But it's the way it is sometimes. Let me move this over. Get this light here. Is this light on? Yeah. Get this here. I don't know where my penny went. How are we going to do it without a penny? Oh well. Guess we're going to have to. And then, now, where? Oh, I know. One moment. I got to get my calipers. I can tell the wind is picking up here, though, because it's getting chillier in here. I can feel the chill in the air. There's the penny. There we go. I know, can't have it without a penny, right? Got my calipers, too. I was measuring buttons the other day. So, all right. Let's get this started. Let's get this show on the road. Oh, and someone asked if we can see the replays. I don't think they break down our replays by replays, but we can see the total number of viewers that we do get on things. But that total number of viewers can count people who tune in for just a few seconds or a few minutes. Like, it doesn't actually count the people who watched, like really watch. So yeah, it's the way it is. Oh, Andrew says he's going to launch his paintings tomorrow. Boy, we got a lot going on. New paintings coming tomorrow, y'all. Andrew's got new paintings, and I think we got in some seed beads. So Andrew may be he's talking about maybe making a project with seed beads. I don't know if he's going to get to all that, if we're going to get to all that. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Tonight's going to be a busy night. Tomorrow night's going to be a busy night. So we're going to have to see what all happens between then and there. But he's planning to launch his new paintings tomorrow. They're really cool. They're really cool. He's been having some fun making some creatures. And I think you're going to like them. All right. Let me get my bag of goodies here. I'm trying to balance everything. This table is getting a little ridiculous. I've just got too much stuff going on here. Let me move this. Let's move this up here so that I think I can set my bag up here, because that makes sense for me to have that there. All right. And I don't know, I was trying to show you earlier, but this is what we use to make our wooden pendants, or wooden pins and wooden pendants, the ones that we do, the sublimation ones, like these. This one got a double image on it. I think you can see it's a little blurry. But we use a special printer with special ink, and we print onto this special paper. And Then we clean these. So I don't know if you're all interested in this or not, but I said I would talk through it. So if anybody wanted to see it, I'm going to do it here. And you know what? I got to move this for 1 minute because I'm chilly and I need this heater. It's getting a little chilly out here now. It's getting a little chilly. There it is. Let's move this over here. All right. I'm going to put that beside me so it's a little warmer. Okay. So when these pieces of wood get cut out on the laser, see how they are very, very, very dirty. So each one of these, we take it and I get my paper towel. So we get paper towels and non-acetone nail polish remover. Has to be non-acetone. The acetone one does not work. You would think it would because it's a very powerful cleaner, acetone, but it does not work. So you got to get the non-acetone one, which has something else in it. Methyl acetate. I think that's what it is. And then, so each one of these, you have to take this and I clean the edges off, each and every one. And you flip it over, just scrub these edges off. And you make sure you get all the yellowing off. Try and get the yellowing off as much as possible. Whoa! And then, of course, normally I have another paper towel that I dry. Sometimes I have a paper towel with just some water on it to wash that off and then dry these off. And then I print out all the designs that I want to use. So they get printed out. And then we cut out the design we want. So if I wanted this squirrel, print out this design. And then you have to line this up over the image where you want it. So you have to line it up on there. And then it goes into our heat press. And I don't have the heat press on right now. I'm going to do a demo of that later, I think. So, or maybe I'll do I'll probably do a reel showing that. So it goes in the heat press. It goes into the heat press at a certain temperature for a certain amount of time, depending on what I'm making, whether it's wooden pendants or whether it's mugs like this. I did these for a friend who they're working on Ligonier Beach here, and we were testing out some things there. Or if it's the tumblers, like these tumblers that we make, they're all different times. See, this one I didn't get that adhered enough, so I had to. This is one of my first prototypes, I think, of doing this one. So I had to put it in for longer. So we figure out all of that, and then it comes out of the heat press. This peels off, and it leaves the design on it. And then on the backs, I have all these little Allegory Gallery written in reverse because they got to be reverse. Everything's reverse printed. And then this goes on the back, and it goes in the heat press again. It gets pressed on there, and then we have pin backs. This isn't one of our sticky pin backs, but I have sticky pin backs, and peel that off and stick it on there, and then that's how we make the pins. So each one is handmade, and then I press it and clean it. Well, first you cut the wood, cut the paper, clean the wood, add the paper, put it in the press, take it out. And put in the other side, put the Allegory Gallery logo on, then put the pin on. And so each one's done like that. And I think they're fun. I like doing it. But there's work that goes into it. And then I'm going to show you also the button press, maybe too, in a reel or something, or a short later tonight. So look for that. Look for that. We're going to try and promote the Handmade Arcade a little bit and what we're doing for it. All right. Andrew says he's going to launch the paintings as an album on his personal timeline. So if you want to see Andrew's paintings, come tomorrow. Going to launch them on his personal timeline tomorrow. All righty. Boy, I didn't even get a. What am I gonna number these with today? What number? What have I not used? Okay, I'm gonna use ZB just because I know I don't think I've ever used ZB. Yeah, sometimes I forget which ones I've just used, so I got to pick something that's so weird that I know I haven't just used it. And let's see here. ZB, this was before 10. I'm going to price it at 8 for you. And it says, yay for paintings, right? I'm excited for y'all to see them. I think it's going to be fun. Zany beads, says Michelle, right? That's good. Zany beads. So this is a strand of crystal, a mini strand of crystal. It's about 5.5 inches. This is really nice little crystal. And these are bicones, and they are approximately 6mm bicones. And let me see if I can get this light down here a little bit more, because these are sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. They are sparkly. So $8 for the strand, ZB1. ZB1, only one of those available. Okay. Oops. ZB2. Let's see what else I got in my bag. Okay, so these were 12. Let's make them 10. And this is a whole bag full of these beautiful glass beads. Look at them all. Look at all those. This is what they are. Glass crystal beads. ZB2. These are about 12mm by about 8.5. And you're getting, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40, 43. 43 beads. It's a whole lot of them. ZB2, $10. Beautiful crystal beads. These are nice. Well made. Vintage crystal. ZB2. And again, sorry, I can't tell you if anything's selling tonight. We're just going to wing it because I don't have the mail in front of me. So we're just going to play it. And if you'd like something, request it, and I'll go through later and see what it says when I invoice. ZB3 coming up. What do we got? Okay, these were 10. Let's bring them down to, let's do these at 7. I think there's only one strand of these left. These are super cool. These are fiber optic beads. These are vintage, and we do not have many of these left, and we don't see many of these around. So if you like something cool that's different, these are super cool. fiber optic beads. ZB3 was $10 for this strand. It's a big strand. This is about a 14 to 15, about a 15-inch strand. About a 15-inch strand. And these are 7.3 millimeters. 7.3 millimeter fiber optic beads. They're done in a way they give you that flashy flash. The way the light reflects off of those, the fibers, the optic fibers, right? I think they're super cool. Not something you see everywhere. ZB3. And if you like those, you might want the one strand we have left of the other size. So this is ZB4, and these were 12. Let's make them 8. They're a little bit bigger, so they're a little bit $1 more. $1 more for the bigger size. They are this size. So those ones what were 7.3. These are 9.9. It's about 10 millimeter. 9.8, 9.9. Depending on where you get them. I just think they're wonderful. They're beautiful color blue. Who doesn't want that bright blue right now? Talk about needing a blue sky. We've had some dreary skies lately. And that blue is very welcome. Very welcome, I'd say. All right. What was that? ZB what? That was ZB4? ZB5. I know this was Gemstones More, and I haven't even done any gemstones. I just have these glass here. Susan says kind of a Maxfield Parrish blue on ZB4. Yeah, they are, right? They are. Okay, this strand, let's see, what's the last price we had on this strand? It was $7. Let's make it $6. Doing some discounts today. Why not? Y'all could use it, right? Y'all deserve it. Look at this beautiful grapey color. I love when they have those the little specks, the speckles on them. I love when the Czech glass has this. This is vintage Czech. And this is ZB5. And these are approximately 9 millimeters by 11.5. 9 millimeters by 11.5. And it is a 8-inch strand. 8-inch strand. ZB5. And like I said, I'm going to go a little faster. I know some of you can't stay all night, so I'm going to go a little quicker tonight. And kind of not. I know we took a lot of time to chat. I actually, I always say this. I wish we didn't have to sell stuff, because I actually prefer just hanging out and chatting with you all, instead of having to do the sales. But we got to make money. We got to stay in business. So these were 14. They're now 12. That doesn't look like a 12, does it? They're now $12. There are 2 of them available. And let's see here. They are these dichroic pendants. I know somebody was asking about dichroic glass the other day. So these are $12 each. There are 2 of them. They are pendants, so they are drilled. Well, the hole is through here. I guess they don't drill them. They have the mandrel hole going through there. And these are 2 beautiful glass dichroic pendants. If you wanted them both, they're $12 each. You just want one, $12 each. Beautiful artisan glass. And they are approximately 12 millimeters by 42 millimeters. About 12 by 42, which comes out to about a ½ inch by about 1 inch and 5/8. ½ inch by 1 inch and 5/8. Super pretty glass. $12 each only. Dropping that price down for y'all just a little bit. Can't go too low. Okay. ZB7. ZB7. All right. These were 32. Let's take it down to 28. ZB7. This is this electroplated quartz with all these rainbows. So fun. I hate these long, they have the long plastic on the end. Let's just cut that off. It's getting in the way. So much fun. Because it's quartz, it's a little lighter than what the metal itself, if these were all metal beads, would be. It's electroplated quartz. It's got the rainbows. Looks like the raccoon, right? So cool. So $28, that's a big strand of that. These are graduated. You can see, graduated. And this strand is approximately, that's about a 16-inch strand. 16-inch strand, $28. That'd be fun to play with. Each one, like once you get into these larger ones, each one of these could be their own pendant. You could make a ton of necklaces on chains with these. Use each one for a pendant. And then the smaller ones could easily be earrings. You can make some earrings with those for sure. So lots of earring and pendant sets there, I think, out of that strand if you really wanted to. And that's ZB7. $28. Michelle says the electroplated is very popular. I thought so, and those are vintage. You know, a lot of times vintage is, I don't know, sometimes vintage is definitely better than some of the newer stuff that comes out, I think. It's not always the case. Sometimes the processes get better, but for the most part, I think a lot of times you get a better quality with the vintage stuff. That's why we sell so much vintage. All right, let's see here. These were originally 18. Let's take them down to, let's do a drastic, let's do $12. $12 on these. These are really nice, juicy carnelian strands. And they're kind of like rectangles. Juicy carnelian. These strands are approximately, let me just get one of them here so I can actually see what the size is. These are 14-inch strands, and these beads on here are about 4.5 millimeters, 4 to 4.5 millimeters, and only $12 each. There are two of them, as you can see, both of them here. Two of them at $12 each. ZB8. ZB9. went a little carnelian crazy today. Hopefully people like it. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me get this. I have to cut these apart. They're stuck together. Okay. We've been selling these for $20 a strand. The lowest I can go on these is 18. 18 a strand. And these are these beautiful carnelian nuggets. These are vintage carnelian nuggets. Each one of these could be a great pendant again. You can definitely make those into pendants. Check that out. And these strands, let me do it this way. They are spaced out, but they are 16-inch strands spaced out. And there are 2 of those, $18 each. Only. Dropping that down. We've sold a number of these at $20, so that's a deal. That's a deal. ZB10. Okay, this was 18. Let's drop it down to 16. There's only one of these available. It's a beautiful sodalite, light blue sodalite. Look at that shape. Look at the shape on that bead. Very unique. Really pretty. That is a 16-inch strand, ZB10. Now I want to leave that there real quick because I know in here, where are you? The ZB11. I have a darker blue and I want to compare them with you. And they're both, was 18, now 16. All right, so we have one. So this is the darker one. This is the darker. So you can see them when you bring them together. Hopefully you can see the difference. There's definitely a difference. I don't know if you can see it so much on camera. Can you see that? This is, I should hold them this way. ZB10, ZB11. There you can see the difference. All right. I think my screen, is it 9 o'clock? Yes, it is. Screen turned colors, that's why I couldn't see the difference so well. The screen is going yellow. I really should just change that time that it does that. That's a setting. I have to figure out what setting that is again. I've heard so many things about screens, and when they say there are doctors out there who say that the blue light is bad for your eyes at night, but then there are also doctors who say that your screens don't emit enough blue light for it actually to matter. So all that turning things yellow and all that may not even be a big deal. I don't know. I've heard both ways. Have you all heard that? I've heard both things. All right. Let's see. these little babies here. Let me see. They're tangled up in each other. Tangled up in each other. Let's get them, pull this apart. I'm not good at untangling things. One moment while I do this. I keep putting this one to the side. I was gonna keep it to the side, but I may as well just do it. Andrew's usually the one who untangles things. Okay, these ones in the store, I would sell those for probably 16, but let's give them to you for 14 each, and there are 2 of them available. Michelle says, my son has said there isn't enough blue to damage your eyes. Yeah, not even damage, but to keep you awake at night is what they say a lot of times, is that it messes with your circadian rhythms. But yeah, some doctors have said that there's not enough actual blue. That's what they're starting to say now, that the screens don't emit enough. Like you need like sunlight, like that kind of power. These are amethyst, little cute little pebbles. I don't know if we've ever shown you these ones before. So I would say these are 16 in the store generally for a strand like this, and 14 for you all. This is vintage strands. These are vintage strands. Get my grammar right tonight. And let's see, where's that cut off? They're 14-inch strands, and these are about 7.5 millimeters. They're all a little different, these little ovals, but 7.5 by about 11. Let's say that's the one I grabbed. ZB12. I think that's a good price. I'm trying to give you good prices tonight. And it's a beautiful in those blues, right? I think that's what you were talking about. Yeah, those are nice. ZB13. Let's see what's next. Ooh. Okay. This is so nice. It was 24. I hesitate because I think that was a dang good price anyway, but let's bring it down to 20 just this one time. This is a beautiful strand of lepidolite. Lepidolite marquee drops. I don't know if you could see that when that hit that light. It's so nice. Let me bring this light down. I wish you could see it under the light like I can, because these are so nice, but I can't get that light there. It's a gooseneck light, and it does not want to gooseneck the right way. But they glow, y'all. These glow. Lepidolite marquee drops. That's good quality there. Look at that. $20 for the strand. Only one strand of these. Probably never see that again. These are vintage. I have never seen anything like this before this, so, and nothing since we got this one. Not like these. These are super nice. Lepidolite ZB13. They're marquee drops, and they are about 12 millimeters by 6, I'd say about 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. Suzanne says beautiful. They really, really are. I wish I could, I don't know, can I turn on the, no, I can't turn on the flashlight on my phone while the video's going, because I'd be like, I'm going to hit these with the light. You can kind of get an idea of what they're like there, but under this light, they are amazing. Yeah, normally I have my other light. I can show you. I got those bright LED lights at the house. I don't have anything like that here, surprisingly. Okay, ZV14. What else do we have? What else have we got? All right, these are unique. Sponge coral tubes. Sponge coral. Again, vintage. We don't pull coral out here at Allegory. We don't buy new coral here at Allegory. Sponge coral. Look at the markings on these. These are long tubes. One strand available, $20. Look how beautiful. And they're super light. So these, even though they're big, these could easily be earrings. It's sometimes, sometimes you make those things like that, like these unique earrings and things. Sometimes it's very nice to do that because people don't expect big things like this to be able to be earrings, right? Let's see here, 12, 13, 14. This is a 15, about a 15-inch strand. 15-inch strand, one of them available, and this is approximately 11.8 by about 35. So about 12 by 35 millimeters. This is for when you want to, surprise people. Be like, here, you can wear these big earrings, and they're not heavy. Who doesn't like to surprise people with goodness like that? Some people love the big earrings, but they don't want the weight. This is perfect for that. ZB14. Or use it as a necklace. That would be a gorgeous necklace with some gold or silver, either one. You all have ideas. I just throw out some things while I'm doing this. I told you, I went carnelian crazy tonight. This used to be 20. Let's make it 18. These are a luscious, deep color. Deep color, carnelian. Look at those. Super gorgeous, deep color. It's got some of those wavy lines into those patterns. Check that out. Carnelian is an agate, right? So you got some of that agatized pattern in there. And this is 12, 16. That's a 16-inch strand. And these beads are approximately 22 by 34. 22 by 34. One strand left of that. Vintage carnelian, deep color, $18. ZB16, what's coming out of here? Whoa! Well, that bag fell right out of the bottom of that bag. Let's do some more carnelian. Boy, we had this was at 24. Sold a number of them at that. Let's take it down to 18. I've only got one. The bag's broken. Let's see what we can do. Now it's tangled. Anyway, let me see. Come on. Look at this beautiful, bright orange carnelian in these faceted beads here. They're on a long strand. Look at that. Look at that color. Look how beautiful that is. And this strand is about a 14. It's a 14-inch strand. Beautiful carnelian. Was 24. Sold a number of them at 24. We had a few. Taking them down to 18 for you. It's about 5.7 millimeters by 8.1. One strand left. Let me find if I have a bag. There's a bag. I'm gonna put that in a new bag. ZB17 coming up. This is such a cool strand. We had this at 30. Let's take it down to 24. Even though I like it, only got one. Let's maybe move it on out there to someone. This is Jasper, and it's so. Look at these. Look at how cool these are. Each one of these could be a pendant. Could be one of an earring for some of these smaller ones. Beautiful color variations in there. Sometimes it looks like a yellow, sometimes there's a little bit of orange in there, sometimes there's some beige in there. Sometimes it's a darker brown color. Sometimes almost red. Really pretty. That's a big strand. That's a 16-inch strand. That's why it's a little bit more. Look at how many stones. That's a heavy strand. Look at how many stones you get in there. Look at what all you could do with that. Super cool. ZB17, $24. ZB18. ZB18. Let's see, what do we got here next? All right, these were 14, which was already a good price. Let's bring them down to 10. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 of these. 5. ZB10. What am I saying? ZB18. $10 each only. Are these gray agate rounds? These are beautiful. Gray agate rounds. That reminds me of what our skies have been like lately. I don't know if that's the way to sell these or not, but those are about 8 millimeters, 8.3. Let me show you another strand. We don't ever pick like the best one to show you. We just pick. So let me show you another one just so you can see. Really pretty. There's like this stormy gray color. Great neutral. It's a great neutral color. And at only $10 a strand, oh, that's a dang good deal. Dang good. 8 millimeter rounds. Gray agate. And let me see what the size of these are. That's about a 15-inch strand. 15 inches. There you go. Michelle says mix ZB15 with some greens. What was 15? 16, 15. Oh, the carnelian, the deep carnelian. That'd be beautiful with some. Oh, 18. This one. Yeah, you can mix this with any color. You mix that with purple. You mix that with pink. You can mix that with green. Mix that with some blues. Mix that with some reds. A lot of different colors would mix really well with these. It's a great neutral. Like I said, great neutral there. ZB18, $10 each only. $10 each. ZB19 coming up. Now I know some of you like the onyx, right? Some of you love the onyx. Sometimes we did almost an entire onyx show one time. And y'all loved those. So we're going to do these. Let's see, what were they before? We had them at 28 before. Let's do them at 24. 24. Black onyx drops, faceted drops. Look at how beautiful those are. Black onyx faceted drops. ZB19. We have them about 16 millimeters by 12. 16 by 12. They are 16-inch strands. ZB19. Oops, and there are two of them. Two of them. Michelle loves onyx. Me too. It's such a good stone. It feels good, right? Onyx feels good. ZB19. $24. Two strands available. Come on, get back in the bag. That's a little bag they're trying to get into. Susan says ZB19 is stunning. Aren't they? It's a beautiful strand. Both of them. They're both nice. I didn't show both, but they're both just as nice. ZB20. What are these? What are these little things? Oh, these are cool. Okay, so we had these at 8 before. Let's cut them down to 6. ZB20. So these are glass, I believe. Maybe. I think they're ceramic, actually. Ceramic, and they've got this metallic glaze. And it's a metallic and kind of red. They're really shiny. They look like metal. But I'm pretty sure they look like ceramic in there. Those are so cool. So you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those beads. And let me just pick one. This looks like a middle size. About 10 millimeters by about 13. Super cool. ZB20. $6 only. One set available. ZB21. Now, some of you were asking about the carved beads. Some people wanted some carved beads. Let's see. Wow. These were 14. I think the lowest I can go is 12. And there are 4 of these available. These are really pretty. These are hand-carved rose quartz rounds. You get a set of 6 of them for $12. Hand-carved rose quartz rounds. A set of 6 of them for $12. There are 4 sets available. That's a good deal because individually these bees, I think we were selling them for like $6 a piece. We must have, I don't know, we went crazy when we priced these the first time at 14 for all 6. I'm going crazier pricing them down to 12. But here they are. If you want them, this is the chance to get them. Hand carved rose quartz. These are approximately 15 millimeter beads, ZB21. And there are 4 sets of 6. That's a crazy good price. Yeah. ZB22. All right, oh wow. These I don't think we've ever offered before. I don't have any old tags in here. Boy. Oops. Don't fall. Don't fall. Let me see. I'm trying to look at these close. What should I set this price at? Oh, what the heck. Let's do $24. There are 2 of them. $24. These are rose quartz graduated. They could be a necklace. You could just string that up. These are 16-inch strands, rose quartz graduated faceted rondelles. Check that out. There are 2 strands of these available. And they are lovely. 2 strands, ZB22, graduated faceted rondelles of rose quartz. This one, for example, let's grab one of these, 5 millimeters at the smallest and 13.5 at the biggest. For example, 16-inch strands, beautiful, ZB22. Those are ready just for you to restring and make into a necklace if you want to. It'd be beautiful. Rose quartz, very powerful healing stone. $24 a string. Michelle says, I miss Marianne saying she hates pink. I know. Marianne was commenting on some of our YouTube in the replays, and she said she's still around. Just with the Canada Post being what it is right now, she doesn't want to be tempted. But she is still around. She still lurks every once in a while. So maybe she's out there. You never know. Maybe Marianne's watching. ZB23. Okay, these I don't think we've ever offered before either. Let's see here. Let's say 22. Let's take this down to 18. In the store, I'd price these at about 22. I'm going to say 18 on these. There are 2 strands available, and this is Mother of Pearl. Mother of Pearl. Look at that. Look at it. And these are beautiful coins, Mother of Pearl coins. Aren't they pretty? And these are approximately 12.7 millimeter coins. Susan says, Marianne, if you're out there, hello. I know, right? Anna says, we miss you, Marianne. And then check these out. This is the other strand. Some beautiful that Mother of Pearl flash it's got. Anne says, I miss Marianne too, but I sure understand about the temptation, right? Yeah, we get it. Michelle says, we all miss you, Marianne. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. So ZB23, beautiful Mother of Pearl coins. $18 a strand only. 2 strands available. Sandra, hello, says, hi, y'all just joined. I fell asleep after a long day of planning. What you planning? What you planning? What's planning? What's going on? Should I know? Do I forget? We've been planning too. My brain is fried. ZB24. ZB24. Let's see here. Oh, your whole next year for marketing. That's a big deal. That's a big deal right there. All right, so these, let's see. I'm gonna say these were 26. Let's mark them down to 22 for you all for this time. Susan says, William, you could do an all pink show and Marianne can hang out but not be tempted, right? I could. I definitely have enough. I would do that. It would be tempting to see Marianne back again, but y'all are not seeming to buy much of the rose quartz lately, so that's mostly what we've got in pink. So I don't know. That'd be a rough one. I'm torn between wanting to make some sales and wanting to see Marianne again. This is ZB24. This is smoky quartz. Beautiful smoky quartz drops. Lots of them on that strand. Look at them all. Faceted but tumbled. Smoky quartz drops. ZB24 was $26, now $22. This is about a 15-inch strand. And I'm just grabbing one of these to measure because they're all a little different. About 16.5 by 12. One strand available. ZB24. Michelle, did I say that? She says, I hope I can beat it in a couple days again. That'd be great. It's hard not to do what you love, right? I can't even imagine. Not only are you not feeling great, but you can't do what you love to do. And that is difficult. That is difficult. All right, this is a fun one. We had it at 14. Let's do it at 12. This is just a fun strand. This is dyed green. And I don't know. I think it's a dyed green quartz. I think it's a dyed green quartz. Maybe a jade dyed extra green, but I think it's a quartz. I don't think it's chalcedony. Not at that price. And this is just a fun color. Nice, good spring color for those of you waiting for spring already. It's about 8 millimeters, 7.8 millimeters. And it is a 16-inch strand. ZB25. ZB26. Another fun strand. Let's see. We had these at... Ooh, those are fun. Those at 12. Let's take them down to 10. There are 2 of them each. 2 of them available. It's another dyed stone, but beautiful, bright blue. Look at that. That's a pretty color. About 6.3, so about 6 millimeters. I think this is a dyed jade here. I think these are dyed jade. We definitely sell these for more in the store. Nice rounds if you're just looking for some rounds in various colors, 6mm like I said, and about 15-inch strands. 15-inch strands, 2 of them available, ZB26. These were 12. Let's make them 10. A lot of times when we show these, they sell. We sell at least a few of them. They're just so cool. Let me see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 of them left. We had a number of these. These are vintage too. But this is that opalite. Opalite. Dale's going to spend some quiet time finishing some earrings to take to work tomorrow. Everyone have a good night. You too, Dale. Hopefully you feel better. This is the opalite. These round drops or coin drops. They're graduated too. So you know, 2, 2, 2, and 2 match up. So that's like 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 pairs of earrings of different sizes. They're graduated from about 15.7 to about 20. All right. Actually, I lie. The other ones are not graduated. Well, they kind of are. They're just bigger. So you'll get one. You'll get one of these if you order these. Some of them are graduated a little bit bigger than others. Yeah, some start out bigger. These ones, this is the smallest strand, but then these ones are much bigger. So they're just cool. Cool shape of opalite. If you like opalite, there's only 4 of these left. These are vintage strands. $10 each only. $10 each. They've got tassels too, y'all. They've got tassels. Can't go wrong with tassels, right? Oh, let's see here. What do I got? All right. Some of you holding out for some, maybe holding out for some big ones. This was $75. Let's bring it down $10 to $65. Got 2 of these available. This is Moss Aquamarine. Lovely, lovely examples. Whoa, that's not what I want to be dropping. Lovely, lovely examples of Moss Aquamarine. My stand, like if you missed this at the beginning, my stand is broken, so I'm leaning it ever so gently. Look at this beautiful Moss Aqua. Look at that. Look at those stones. I'm trying to catch them in the light the right way because they are beautiful and it's hard to see under this light that I've got. They almost look like a sunstone. They're so beautiful. Look at that. Moss Aquamarine. This is an 8-inch strand, or about 7.5-inch strand. That's the carat weight. I should say that's their retail price right there. No, it's the carat weight. But I don't have just one of those. I've got 2 of them. This one has smaller ones on it. We've just averaged out the price of these. No matter which one you get, if you want to claim one or the other, I hope this is coming across as beautiful as they are in person. But you get some of that blue from the aquamarine, but also the green gray from the Moss Aqua. And these little briolets. Susan says, OMG, ZB28 is stunning. Isn't it? Like, these are the kind of stones we're so lucky to be able to get. Like, we feel fortunate when we get something like this to be able to pass it along at such a good price. You know, a lot of other people would have these way marked up because they could. You easily could. But those are beautiful. 2 strands available. ZB28, $65. Well worth it. Well worth it. Really, those should be about $90 a strand. $90 a strand would be pretty much our normal formula for those. We're giving you an extra special deal on those. Extra special deal. Two available. ZB28. ZB29. I think we're going to do 30 lots tonight, y'all. I think we're going to go back to our 30 lots tonight. I have a lot of things to do after this, so we're going to do 2 more lots, and then we're going to say a quick good night, I think. Let me see this strand in here. Let me see this little strand. Yeah, that's a nice little strand. This is a beautiful strand of citrine. This was 26. Let's bring it down to 22. Beautiful strand of citrine briolets. Look at that color. Look how beautiful those are. It's a vintage strand. And this is just a 12-inch strand. Briolets usually you don't get very long strands. That's like this is considered a long strand of briolets. Normally you don't get that many briolets on a strand. So that's kind of, that's a vintage strand right there. And this is 6.3 millimeters by about 9.2 for those briolets. Beautiful, bright, beautiful citrine. ZB29. And we'll do one more. ZB30. ZB30. Let me fish something out here. I don't know. What would you all like? What would you all like? Let's end on. Oh, I know. Now I want to keep going because I found a bunch of stuff that I want to show you. But I think this piece is just fun. We had this before at 28, and it's well worth it. I'm going to bring it down to 24. This is a hand-carved piece of amethyst, and it's a rooster. It's a rooster, and it's a hand-carved piece. Look how beautiful that amethyst is. When I turn it this way, you can really see it. And that's the back. The back is just like the plumage. But it is a lovely piece. Hand carved. Is the rooster heavy? It's I don't want to say it's too heavy. It's not too heavy. It would be heavy for earrings. Let me say that. If you were going to use that as an earring, that's heavy. As a pendant, I think that's a decent, like, for the size of it, it's actually not too bad. The holes are a little bit odd. I don't think there's a hole in the side. So the hole actually goes through here. There's also a hole here, and there are 2 holes down below if you wanted to drop something there. But you could do string through there and do a little knot through there I think, or wire wrap. But yeah, it's for as big of a carving as it is, it's actually not too heavy. But I love how the amethyst, you got like the clear piece of amethyst they put around here, and then you have the deep purple inside. It's just a really beautiful piece. This is 33 approximately by 48 and a half. Or in inches, that is about 1.25 inches by 2 inches. And it says it's very pretty, nice carving. Yeah, I was hoping that it would come through in the light because it's really cool in person. Sometimes the camera doesn't capture carvings very well, but I think it's getting there. I think you're getting this one. This one's good. And that's it for me tonight, y'all. I'm going to stop at 30 instead of our 40 that we've been doing. So like I said, I've got stuff to do. I know a lot of people are worn out today. They've been talking about may not even make it through the whole thing here. So thank you for hanging out if you made it here till the end with me. I'm going to flip the camera around real quick, and I'm going to say a quick goodbye. My stand will stay. Hopefully it doesn't fall over here. Let's get this situated. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. And says, thanks, William. Don't work too hard. Get some rest. I'm gonna try. I've been getting more rest. I've been getting more rest than Andrew for sure. He's the one. He really needs to get some rest. So hopefully he gets some rest. But I know he's working on debuting those paintings tomorrow. That artwork he's doing. But I'm going to be up here. I'm going to be making pins tonight. Both kinds of pins, our wooden pins and our new metal pins, button pins. And then I have to get out the jewel tool, and I'm going to be sanding lots of edges of lots of pendants. And then probably trying to decorate the tables a little bit and get that kind of started for myself for tomorrow, so I can get a head start on tomorrow's work. So that's the plan for tonight. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for all of your support. We could not do this without you. I don't know if you realize, but these lives are where we make a lot of our income. That's why we do these, not only to hang out with you, we love hanging out with you, but this is a significant portion of what we do. So we really appreciate when you tune in, whether you're watching in the replays, because we do have people that claim in the replays, or you watch live. We do appreciate it. And remember, though, we do have an online store, allegorygallery.com, where you can find lots of great things. And maybe we'll do a review day of some things in the online store every once in a while. I used to do that, and people used to like it, so maybe we'll do that too sometime. But if you're looking for something, take a look, let us know. I have a few people who have sent me emails. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to get back to you on some requests you're looking for, but we will. We're just crazy busy right now. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night. And I might do some lives, some short lives later, or maybe some reels or some stories. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe some lives, and hang out when I'm making some stuff later. So if you want to hang out with me, please feel free. All right. See you then. Bye, everybody.